What's going on YouTube, and today I'm going to show you how to defend the new map, Lair, like a pro on Rainbow Six Siege. We start with locations, to operators, to loadouts, and then we're going to get into the maps. Again, since Lair has come out, it's been about like a month, like 3 weeks to a month now, so I've had a lot of time to play with it. I didn't release it early on because I didn't want to release it before I actually played it properly and understood the map myself. So yes, it's a bit delayed, but here it is. Don't worry, I'll get you how to defend it properly. Second floor is super simple and easy to defend, followed by the basement. Now, basement is a bit tricky, but I feel like every map on Rainbow Six Siege basement is super tricky. But if you play well, defenders have a really high ground in basement. I'll tell you all about it when we get to it. Followed by the bunks and briefing. Nice one. I just don't like that you can easily take up the B side that quickly, but other than that, afterwards, armory and weapon maintenance. Would recommend taking a shotgun if you're gonna go solo queue into ranked, because you want to be making rotates, because most of the time your teammates are probably not gonna help you with that. So usually what I run is mute shotgun, or if you want to, you can use another secondary shotgun if you would like to, because if you're not comfortable using primary as your shotgun, you can do that as, like, Legion has a really good super shotty now, so just saying, you can do that. Just keep a shotgun with you. It's super easy to do it. I'm going to show you through with the mute, so let's get straight into it. Start off with the Buster office. Firstly, if you look over here, this looks right into the balcony, so if anybody to drop down from the top, they can just come in through here and plant here. So you don't want that, right? So what you want to do is you want to reinforce this, for sure, reinforce it fully, but try not to reinforce these two walls. Now the reason being, I'll show you right now. I know, like, you might think, oh, why wouldn't I not reinforce it? Because if they come through here, they can, you know, just open this wall up. Now, I'll tell you why. Because what you want to do is, what they can do, in a way, is, like, if they open this up, and they end up coming through here, I cannot make a hole myself, but they end up coming through here, they can just spawn in this corner and hold it from outside. So, let's say they planted in that corner. Now,
you have been spotted
if
by
they have planted there and I'm one of the attackers, I can just hold this like this. No one can attack me through there. No one can make any holes over there because it's all reinforced. So that's secure. That's secure. The only thing they have to do is come around here. So defenders are gone at that point. So what I do recommend is that you at least reinforce one side. Don't reinforce both the sides. Just reinforce one of them, like this one. This one's probably the most effective one in the sense, because then they are not able to, you know, instantly open this and plant here or something. So I recommend, even if they do, just don't reinforce this one. So if you have the chance, you can always, like, shoot it open and defuse from out here if possible. Moving on, over here you want to open up these headers. So these are going to be your headers, and the reason being, again, you can literally look at the door from here. So if someone's playing Buster and, you know, you hear shooting from there, you've got the door right there. Always be easy to get an easy kill. When it comes to this, do reinforce this, because right behind this is just like a normal room. I think it's one of the server rooms, if I'm not wrong. But again, as I said, you don't really need to worry about this room that much. You can if you want. If you have like a nice 5-stack team, you can spread yourself out among the whole site, and that'll be super good. That'll definitely guarantee you a win. But if you're playing solo and you don't really know your teammates like that, just reinforce this one wall over here. There's no need to keep it open. Followed by this wall too, because they go in the same room. When it comes to this one, it's a little bit different, because a lot of the people I've seen, they'll come up these, I think there's stairs around here, right? Yeah, they come up these stairs, and what they'll do is they're gonna come through here and try to open up this wall, or they're trying to, you know, play on this angle. Now, you can reinforce these. I do recommend reinforcing these, but it's also your choice, preference. You can always have some footholds open. Now you're gonna be like, what's the point of a foothold, because there's this thing in front. You're probably not gonna be able to use it properly at all. And now that is true to some extent, but the reason of a foothold over here is firstly to scare the attackers. They probably don't know the map that well like you, or just, you know, like everybody else. So they're also new to the game, they're also new to the map. They will not know if someone's going to be looking through there. Secondly, you can actually look kind of in there. If you want to make the most of it too, Look at this. Right here. You're looking all the way in that wall. So if they come in this room and they try to get close to the wall, you can easily get them. So that's what I'm saying. You can always do that while you're using... Like, this wall is super useful over here. So you can make a foothold or you can reinforce it. That's really upon you. It depends on you. So this is how the side's going to look like. You can barricade this if you want or not. It depends on your roamers. But this is going to be reinforced. This is going to be reinforced. This is going to be reinforced. Again, the reason this is reinforced and not this one is so like they can't plant here and there's a reinforcement that will stop you from having an interference from here. Because even if they plant here, you can have a good look from there all the way here. In the corner, it's really hard. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just reinforce this wall, and you want to open up these holes. This is not necessary unless you have a foothold. So I've only reinforced one side to show you how it's going to look like, but you can either do this if you want, or you can have all the bottom half of the wall open up with that hole over there, so you can hold this down here, or you can just have it both reinforced. That's your choice. Have that reinforced, and you can barricade this if you want. Same over here. So yep, that's the second floor side. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we're in bunks and briefing now. So firstly, you want to reinforce this because it overlooks at the stairs and over the hall. You don't want it open for you. You reinforce that wall for sure. Moving on, this is a preference, but I usually have someone play security, because this is super contested. Every single time I've played this map and on first floor, this is every single time it's contested. If someone's playing here, what I recommend is reinforcing these walls. Otherwise, if you don't trust anyone, no one's playing there, reinforce these walls. You really need to, because what they'll do is they're going to push through there every single time. They always push it through the first floor. They push it here, and they try to push in through these two doors and just this wall itself. Just reinforce it, but I do recommend someone playing security so that no one just comes in pushing in and taking up security. And next one is the wall right here. Now this wall over here overlooks into this side, but this wall right here is outside, so there's gonna be quite a people, one or two at least, would be coming in. So of course you're gonna reinforce this because you don't want it open. But when it comes to this, where you want your rotation hole is right here. Now I say that you want your rotation hole here because it's close to the wall. If it's over here, they're gonna be able to hold the rotation from that angle. They'll just, then you would not be able to rotate. Well, I know you can just use the door, but if you can't use the door and you need to rotate, this is the best. It's close to the wall. You can sit in this corner too and peek them if need be. And also, what you can do is make holes up here. Try not to reinforce this wall at all. The reason I'm saying make holes up here is gonna scare them. Now, you might never use it to peek it, but they're gonna sit here. They're gonna be thinking like, oh, is someone gonna be peeking us from here at all times or whatever? But you're not peeking through there. You're gonna be sitting in this hole and maybe walking close and peeking them from here instead. So this is gonna be kind of like a bait, you know. They're just gonna think someone's gonna do that, but no one might actually use it. You can use it if you want, but use it more as a bait. That's what I've done, and I've gotten a lot of kills from using it as a bait because you just see people staring at it thinking someone's gonna peek them, but I'm peeking them from here instead. So the side is gonna look like, again, if someone's playing here, reinforce that wall, and you can reinforce this too if you really want to, but reinforce that one if someone's playing here. Otherwise, reinforce this wall, reinforce that one in the back. Keep this open with the rotation hole over here, with the bait over there, and reinforcing this wall. So that's how you want to defend bunks. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, here we are in Armory. This one's a little bit more tricky on how to defend. You can always do your own thing, try to figure out what's the best that works for you. But what I do is usually I reinforce these two over here. Over here, I do always reinforce. Sometimes I do end up making up a rotation over here instead. Now the reason being is, firstly, it's in the corner, so I'll show you. So if you're over here, they're gonna barely see anything. They're not gonna see inside the side at all. And if they want to see inside the side, they would need to come close to the rotate. But then we'll know they're there. So I make it in that corner. So the reason I make it in there, so if I want to come out, I can get around here and quickly get on this side if someone's, you know, trying to breach into this one. So I quickly get around here if that's how I do it. But you can reinforce this if you want to. But do remember that it's open, so yeah. Secondly, over here, of course, you want to make another reinforcement. You do, I'm sorry, you reinforce this one, but over here you want to make a rotate. That's what I meant. You make a rotate in the corner again. You want to make it in the middle. Reinforce this, but like I made a whole lot of mistake. The reason you want to make it over here, and you want to also reinforce it. You don't want to keep this all open. You want to reinforce it close because you can use it to peek. So this is where the reinforcement goes. You can make a rotate right next to it, so you can use it as a peeking mechanism or as a peeking way. You can do it this way, and what you can do is make another hole over here. So at that point, okay, well, you can make it up or down. It's your choice. But you make one wall, but you make a couple holes in there. Now, do remember, this does give them a little bit of sight. Like, it makes them look in here. But again, if you're going to be playing this wall, it would be nice if you make two over here. So you can peek them from this side or you can peek them from this side. That's all dependent on you, how you want to peek them. So you can play it that way, or you can play it even more safe. Just reinforce these two walls and just make a rotate over here. Again, as I said, you can experiment a lot on this side. Do the best, do it the way you really like to do. So that's gonna look like. You reinforce that, you reinforce this. If you want to, you can reinforce this and or make a rotate. That's literally your preference. You reinforce this one, you reinforce this. I reinforced it from that side, so you know. But the same thing applies. You reinforce it, and you can play it off of this, or make a hole here and play it off of here. Or you can just reinforce this too and just leave a rotate over here. Or you can just have no rotate. But I recommend having a rotate just in case they get hold of this wall right here. So yep, you can do either of those on that wall. The wall is super flexible. You can do a lot of things on from that wall. But yeah, also if you want to, you can always make a hole up here. So you know, if you go C4s, you can always chuck them through there. But yep, that's literally your choice how you want to play this. This side is really flexible, so make the most of it. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Moving on to the final side, and one of the more complicated ones, which ended up being one of my favorites too. The reason it's complicated is just, you know, I'm sure you guys have played it, you know, there's a lot of ways that people can attack through here. There's just a lot going on. So the first thing first, you reinforce this completely, so you have this whole thing to yourself. Mira plays amazing on this map side, so just so you guys know, if you want to play Mira, what you want to do is, again, make a rotation over here. You can leave the whole wall open if you want, or you can reinforce it a bit. That's totally your choice. You can make head holes, or you can just make a normal rotation. Usually what I do, I just end up just making a tiny rotation. The reason being, it does not give away too much of your position if you're in this side. If the attackers ended up taking this side a bit on that end, if they try to peek it, while at the same time you can use it to leave. And you can leave it like this, so if you want to make quick control and switch into your other gun and kill them, you can do that too. That's all your. And yeah, do remember, reinforce this for sure. Reinforce this wall. Just barricade this door, because they're going to be pushing from here. Again, if you don't want to, you can not do that, and you can just hold this. You can literally hold these two doors if you want to, if you're feeling really whimsical. Let's put it that way. The next is over here. What I'll tell you to do is reinforce that wall right there, because that's they can easily push through there and come in through here and take sight. So reinforce that. You can barricade this, make another hole over here, so you can kind of, you know, get another angle on them. Let's say if that angle does not work, you can always come through here in this angle. You can reinforce this if you want, but I recommend making another road over here, another opening, so that you know that you can have another angle on them if need be. Don't forget this door over here, so you know that's also another opening. This side is pretty complicated, but you get what I mean. Okay, and you have to reinforce this for sure. So this is how it's gonna look like. Over here, you're gonna close this off, or you can play this if you want, but I recommend you just close it off and let them do what they need to do, hackers. And you barricade reinforce it. You have this wall as soft. You can make this side if you want, you can reinforce this side if you want, and leave another small hole so you can rotate. You want to reinforce that, and you want to reinforce that one right there, so they don't push through there. What I usually do is reinforce this side and have this one open, so I can still hold the angle wall. Let's get rid of this. So I can be sitting in this corner, I can be holding that and that angle at the same time. So, you know, and if I want to rotate, I can quickly run through here to hugging the sides. So that's always possible. Oh, do remember, reinforce the hatches too. All the hatches should be reinforced in this side because they do end up using the hatches quite a bit. And again, that's it. That's really it about this side. And yeah, do remember there's a door over here. So, you know, if you want to, you can always chuck a C4 up there. And yep, that's it for Lair. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.